Hey friends, welcome in, Harji here. In this video, I want to talk about the most quiet keyboard I had ever built and owned and used. It is the Mode 80, which I recently acquired, but this video is not about the Mode 80 keyboard. It's actually about the Silent Alpaca linear switches, which I picked up. Now, these switches have been around for a while, but they're new to me. And me making this video is actually not to give perspective from someone who is an experienced keyboard builder, but rather someone who is just a few months new into the custom mechanical keyboard community and just trying things out. And I want to see if my perspective and what I say about these line up at all with what the experienced veterans have already said about them. And yeah, so hopefully this may be somewhat valuable information for you guys who are watching, whether you are new into the community like myself or you are also a veteran who has been around for a while. Regardless, I would love to hear what your thoughts are with what I say in this video, so comment down below if you can. Now, before I jump into the video and talk about these Alpaca switches, if you're a content creator like myself, then I just want to give a huge shout out to eMart. They are an Amazon seller that sell media production equipment. So one of the things I've been trying to fix in my apartment and been struggling for a very long time is my audio quality, because I have a lot of echoing and reverb here. And one of the things that I've tried was buying sound blankets, which do work, but the problem is I didn't have the proper C-stands to hold them up. I have these really lightweight C-stands that were just bending because of the weight of the blanket. Now, I ended up finding these heavy-duty C-stands that were a lot more expensive, but they're professional grade. They are exactly what I need. So I decided to ask eMart on Amazon. I reached out to them and said, hey, can you send me a few to try out and exchange? So that's exactly what they did. They sent me 3 C-stands to hold up my blankets, and they work phenomenally. So if you are someone who used these sound blankets, or these C-stands actually hold up heavy-duty cameras, like high-grade cameras, microphones, they work as boom arms, whatever it is, they are just really strong professional grade C-stands. So please check them out. I will have links down to their shop on Amazon in the description below. All right, so with that being said, let's jump in and talk about these Alpaca switches. Okay, let me briefly discuss the specs for the build. I used my Mode 80 keyboard with the default aluminum plate and the optional middle gasket, since I do like a quiet and muted typing experience. The keycaps used are the Dark Mode PBT set, which were a collaboration between Mode Design and Infinikey. I will have links to my sources and featured products in the description. As seen earlier in the video, my test area is boxed off on 3 sides from floor to ceiling with sound blankets that are 0.85 NRC rating to get as clean of an audio as possible in my studio. Let's take a look at the sound test. Alright, so this is, as I've said at the start of the video, the quietest keyboard I've ever experienced. At one point way back when I reviewed the Corsair low profile K70, the Logitech G915 TKL, and even my WASD V3 with Silent Cherry Reds, I thought those were really quiet. But this is a whole other ballpark. It's as if I only hear the sound of my keycaps hitting the aluminum plate while the switches themselves are just absolutely silent or non-existent. Perhaps in my next keyboard or switch sound testing video, I'll use my decibel reader to check levels for an extra step, which is something I don't see many, if any, other creators do. As for the feel, I do think that this is the most buttery smooth typing experience I've had. At the same time, I've also not tried the other switches I have in my collection right now in this particular build. In my first Mode 80 video, I had looped Holy Pandas, which are tactile switches on an FR4 plate, so it's not really comparable with these silent linear switches on an aluminum plate. Now about the Desky films I used. From what I can see, stem wobble didn't change much if any, but I noticed that it did significantly fix top housing wobble in the horizontal direction, or side to side, not so much in the vertical direction. I also apologize I didn't have enough lighting here as the switches and plate is black on black. I didn't think about this when building, but I will keep it in mind for future content from the videography standpoint. You can still sort of see the wiggle action here, but just take my word for it for now. With my own eyes in person, it is a lot more apparent than what was captured on camera. Additionally, I do want to add that I have the FR4, the Palm, the PC, and brass plates in my collection specifically for the Mode 80, which I have yet to do some street comparisons, along with the numerous combinations of switches I have. I still want to do content with keycap sound and feel comparisons with ABS like from GMK and these PBT and also my MT3s. Basically, there's a lot of combinations and content I can and want to do here with what I have. Lastly, I want to say that I think I might be a heavy typist. As in, I do type with a lot of force hitting my keys and I can feel the hardness of the aluminum plate when I bottom out. And it's somewhat an uncomfortable feeling at my fingertips, so I think as a custom keyboard newbie here, I'm starting to find my preference for plates. Perhaps softer plates like FR4 or PC might feel better. Okay, that's all I have to say for this video. Please let me know what your thoughts are, okay? Feedback down in the comments below. It's actually really important for this video because there's just so many freaking things with custom mechanical keyboards. I am just right at the beginning of it, exploring it all. Please let me know what you think with your feedback, because I want to really improve my content in the future with custom mechanical keyboards, and I need your help to do it. So, Silent Alpaca switches. Do you like them? Do you not? What about my sound test? What have other people said about Silent Alpaca switches? Let me know down in the comments, okay? So, with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more content from me, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.